Shakur speaks ill on Marvin Hagler in defense of what exactly? Let's talk.
Push the weight in our flex. The live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's get to it. If it's not clear that these kids today in the fight game, if you even want to call it the fight game, I think it's a popularity contest, that they do not know boxing. If it's not clear at this point, then I don't know what else to tell you. You know, I keep telling you, YouTube and, other spots in social media, we keep boxing alive for those of us that talk boxing. Then there are people on social media that maintain it as a popularity contest, much like this kid Shakur. I gave him a lot of leeway. You will never hear me say that he's trash in the ring. You will never hear me say that he's not talented. What you will hear me say is the same thing that I say about Tank Davis. Yeah, okay, they did some good things in their career, but now with the talent pool being what it is, it's time for these kids to match their mettle and see who's the best. That's all I asked for. And what am I met with? You're hating. That's just a phrase that these kids use today as a means to deflect from their fear. They're underachieving by choice, and they accept mediocrity, as excellence. This is the era where everybody gets a trophy. When I was growing up, you played Little League. There was first place, second place, third place. Anything under third place, you just didn't place. Some of the kids cried. Some of the kids poked their lip out. But you know what? You know what that meant? Got to work harder next year. You don't want to be fourth. In fact, you don't want to be second or third. You want to be first. So you want to try harder next year. You know why? That's very important. It's important in life because it teaches you at a young age, in order to achieve something, your work ethic has to be different. That's why Michael Jordan was so successful. That's why Kobe Bryant was so successful. And the list goes on and on and on. And of course, you're not going to win every game. But when you have a passion to be the best at whatever it is, you could be a plumber, but you want to be the best damn plumber in the world. So you excel at that. Where your competition only does 8-hour shifts, you do 16 because you want to be the best. I don't see that in these kids. Some of these kids are very gifted. Shakur is very gifted. But now I'm second thinking him like I second think Tank. Because now people are around him where you can test it. He just simply doesn't want to do it. That's what drove me crazy about Tank Davis. I mean, you're the A-side. All you got to do is call for this work. He never did it. And he was on his way out the game until, he can't keep his hands to himself when it comes to these women. But on the way out, he's going to give you Jake Paul. And I said, what are you doing? You got Shakur here. You got Devin over there. Jake Paul? What is that? And you know the story. He didn't even make it to the Jake Paul fight because he'd rather fight a woman in a strip club. So now, active squad or inactive squad, these fools and their supporters. Now you stop me when I'm lying. What is wrong with me just saying, hey man, I think Shakur's nice, man. He might give Devin some work, but he just won't get in the ring. First it was money. Now the money's right, and now it's the weight. After he said, y'all think I'm really small, but I could come in at 140 or 147. He said it on Twitter. The tweets have reemerged. So when I say this boy don't want to fight, I'm a hater. I was just on Instagram. I said, man, why don't he just break bread with his brother? That'll be his brother's biggest payday. And we still don't know what either one of these idiots are doing. Somebody responds to me and says, hey, man, because they don't want to kill each other like y'all want to see them do. Excuse me. I didn't ask these kids to be boxers. They did it. And if you're doing it and you're good at it, I want to see how good you are. That's it. You could have done anything in life. You chose to participate in a sport that I love to watch. So why not try and be the best at what you do? You can't be the best unless you what? Beat your competition. That's the name of the game. You ain't got to kill each other. This is a dangerous sport, and we're barbarians for loving to watch it. But they chose to do this, and if you're going to choose to do it, then do it. So here we go again with this Shakur kid. Let me read you the quote. He says, y'all complain about Tank. I didn't know when did him and Tank become friends? You know how this kid does. Y'all complain about Tank. But Hagler's best opponents was welterweights and a lightweight. He picked on smaller fighters too. Y'all got to be consistent. Hagler ain't fought any great in his division. Now, I don't expect you young kids who are fans of these kids because of their curly hair or their tattoos or the latest drip. That's what y'all call it, their latest drip. I don't care what these athletes wear. That's something that y'all do. Y'all gonna follow behind him and believe what he says? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Shakur knows boxing? He might do it fairly well, and I'm about to pull back on his skill set too, because every fight I've seen him in, I picked him winning. It was the Tank fight I had a 60-40 for Shakur. It's the Gary Anton Russell I have it 50-50. Devin Haney, I have it 60-40 Devin Haney. Now it's looking like more like 80-20 because you're scared to death. Now you're a small guy. Leave me alone. But back to what he said about Hagler. Y'all young kids, are y'all going to believe what he says just because he's a boxer, or are you going to do your homework? Are y'all going to say, oh, y'all old heads, y'all old ninjas, What, y'all sided with him when he said that Sugar Ray Robinson was buns? That's what he said? Let me explain something to you, man. There's just certain things you don't say because it's taboo. There's just certain things you shouldn't say because it's taboo. That's one of them. You dummy. That's one of them. That's taboo. But never mind taboo. Never mind taboo. Let's stick with the facts, because I know you kids, y'all have a short attention span. There's been times where I've gone back and forth with people, and if I wrote more than 4 sentences, the response I got was, I'm not reading all that. Well, because y'all can't read. All of y'all are typing in shorthand. I had relatives that were teachers in the school system. Oh my God, I've read some of your papers. You kids are retarded. And your parents your single mama has failed you. So I don't expect you to read past 4 or 5 sentences. I don't know. If it's a paragraph, y'all start zoning out. Grew up on a steady diet of Ritalin and Prozac. So of course I don't expect you to read. You're hyper to do nothing except what needs to be done. So I don't expect you to read full sentences and articulate yourself with proper English. I don't expect you to do that. So I can't tell you, asking you to do homework on Sugar Ray Robinson's career is too much. You'll look at his box record and say, man, this man fought 125 times or something like that. I ain't got time. I don't know who these people are. Man, go subscribe to Scrapbook Boxing. Go subscribe to Stormy B, man, so you can listen to some boxing. Or BDD, deliberately dumb, and listen to stupid ass Shakur. He said Sugar Ray Robinson was buns. Let me tell you something. If he fought Sugar Ray Robinson at 40, 47, whatever, Sugar Ray Robinson would have hit this kid so hard he'd have broke something. You say I got him crying? He'd have been crying like that in round 2. Sugar Ray Robinson would have hit him so hard in the ribs, he'd have broke his ribs. There it is. This is a kid that told you. He said Tyson Fury would have beat Muhammad Ali. There go that taboo again. So let me see. We got Sugar Ray Robinson. You got Muhammad Ali, who loves Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, I could end the video right there. I'm not gonna, though. Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. Tyson Fury, a career cheater. Drugs, faulty equipment. But when he was forced to fight clean, got in there with a 6'3" Alexander Usyk and almost got stopped. Got beat up twice. And when YNs was riding with Shakur, you know he had to walk that back, right? Too late, you said it already. We heard you. So let's see. Sugar Ray Robinson is buns. You said Muhammad Ali would lose to Fury. And now you're talking about marvelous Marvin Hagler. Do not tell me that this is a work just to get people talking about you, because you still haven't announced your next fight. This is just you being a douchebag. This is just you being a bowl of dildos. This is what it is. You know what my uncles and my pops used to talk about back in the 80s? Man, what if Marvin Hagler fought Sugar Ray Robinson? Why do you think they were talking about that? It's a fantasy matchup. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was the truth. And for you to say what you said, let me be very clear, brother. We're young man. There's people on Marvin Hagler's record, A, that you won't recognize, and B, would whoop your ass. They'd whoop your ass. You get in there and lose to Caveman Lee. Google it. That's a real name, Caveman Lee. He fought him like in 82. Who are you talking about? He fought lightweight. Who? Roberto Duran? Dude, do I even need to go there? Check the resume. Check the resume of Roberto Duran. What weight classes he came from and where he ended at. First of all, Marvin never weight drained anybody. And Marvin was a career middleweight, and whoever fought him had to come to him. What are we talking about? At least Roberto went to the full 160 and scrapped with him. He didn't say, I really welterweight. I fight me at catchweight. He never did that, stupid. He went to the full 160 and got it popping. Who's the welterweight? Tommy Hearns? No, Tommy went to the full welterweight and fought him. Who? I just gave you 2 killers that Marvin fought. Hey, man, do you even know who John the Beast Mugabe is? Probably don't. You probably don't. How dare you? Do you know what happened with Marvin Hagler and Alan Minter? Do you know about that? In Wembley? in London and Wembley. The things that this man had to go through. Put a name on it. Who did he weight drain? Who did he bully? You went to 160, at least the boxing that I grew up watching, when you went to a weight class, you didn't go there just to goof around. You went there to make bread. And how you make bread? You won and eventually get a title shot to beat the champion. At that time, Marvin Hagler was a champion. You ain't going there to goof around. You went to 160. Eventually, your dream was to fight Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Either you won or you didn't. What are we talking about? What are you talking about? And you see, this is the problem. Because these kids will look at Shakur and swear that he knows what he's talking about. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to keep saying this. There's fighters like Shakur participating in the sport on a high level, but they don't know boxing. They can't have a conversation about boxing with you. If he was educated on the history of the sport, he would have said anything that he said about Sugar Ray Robinson, about Muhammad Ali, about Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Tank Davis said he's another one didn't know who the hell he was. One of the only fighters that I know that's a true historian of the sport is Mike Tyson. You can actually sit down with Iron Mike Tyson and have a conversation with him about the history of the sport. That's what Costamato, that's one of the things Costamato did with his fighters. He had endless reels and reels and reels of actual fights. Mike Tyson is a student of the game. You never heard Mike Tyson say anything idiotic like this. But this is what these kids today do. And you're running behind it. This kid, man, guys like Tank, guys like Shakur, these are not good ambassadors of the sport, man. Okay, and I'm saying that because, number one, you want to accuse me of being a hater, I'll wear that. But let me ask you a question. You active squad members, what is he doing next? On top of not knowing what he's doing next, you got some nerve trying to drag Marvin Hagler's name and saying that we're inconsistent. Because we're judging you on for what you did, and you trying to pick a legendary Hall of Fame fighter. And say that we're inconsistent because he's doing what he did, what you're doing now? As if to say what you were doing is okay? No. It don't go like that, you crybaby. It doesn't go like that. Roberto Duran is the lightweight you're talking about? That was a middleweight bout. Tommy Hearns was a middleweight bout. Guess what? You want to talk about a Sugar? Sugar Ray Leonard played some games with weight. That's why a lot of people, I'm going to say pros, kind of question Sugar Ray Leonard. Ask James Toney his opinion on Sugar Ray Leonard. Go ahead, if you can make out what the hell he's saying. Ask any historian about what Shakur just said just now about Marvin Hagler. Any historian that gave you a little slack on what you're doing, they're going to tear into you. Do you have any idea? We had to defend Marvin Hagler 30 years after his retirement. You know what the public said? You know what the boxing public tried to say? that Gennady Golovkin was on the level of Marvin Hagler. They even flew Marvin Hagler in to some a dinner, and they had him take pictures of Gennady Golovkin. I said, man, Gennady Golovkin is not even better than Bernard Hopkins when Bernard was at middleweight. Y'all just gonna ignore Bernard Hopkins? They were looking for that great white hope so bad. So bad. It's disgusting. Shakur, we go through enough trying to defend the people that have done right by the sport. And I'm talking about black fighters. Yes. So this is another black fighter you're degrading. You don't care. If I say that straight to your face, you'll be like, it's not a race thing. Yeah, okay, bro. Is that why you said you have Puerto Rican? Is that why when I said, hey, man, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't care about it. I'm just wondering where the hell was the flag being waved in the Olympics. I just find it strange how you went to Top Rank, and Top Rank notoriously has a problem promoting black fighters. That's on record. That's on record. And all of a sudden, with your style, which is deemed as boring, I didn't say that. The public said they deem it boring. You're boring. You done broke your hand in several fights. And you're on Top Rank and you're boring. Oh, I get it. Here's my marketing scheme. Let me announce to the world that my daddy Puerto Rican. Maybe that'll put some fannies in the seats. Boricua, right? Fail. Because I still don't know. I don't know who you're fighting next. Is it going to be on pay-per-view? Am I going to buy it? Why should I buy it? You can wave any Latin flag you want. Is it going to put asses in the seats? Doubt it. And this is after a majority of your support was from who? Cats that look like Marvin Hagler. But you're cutting down Muhammad Ali. You're cutting down Sugar Ray Robinson. You're cutting down Marvin Hagler. And I defended you when they called you boring. I defended you, and I said, man, you got it out your system, man. You fought Zepeda all wrong in the first round. He almost dropped you. You slipping and sliding all over. Don't ever fight that way again. Go check my work on the post-fight when you fought Zepeda. You non-believers. That video's still up. I said, don't you ever fight that. You always fight your fight. I never called Shakur boring. I never called him pillow fist. You fight your fight. I defended this kid. This right here, nah. When you do something good, I'll speak on it. When you do something bad, I'll speak on it. This right here, nah, bro. No, young man. We're doing this. You use Tank in this? What we've said still stands. As a black fight fan, I enjoy the sport, but I also protect the integrity of fighters that are doing right by the sport. Past and present and future. I did a whole live stream on somebody need to go get Kamel Morton. You know, light skin, I call him Tank Light. Because he's Tank Davis minus the tattoos, right? I said, somebody go get that kid before Floyd Mayweather and company ruin him. Go get that kid. I support the work. Salute to Abdullah Mason. I support the work. Mozzie Van Houter. I support the work. Past, present, and future. You're not going to drag Marvin Hagler's legacy down because you're out here effing up. I'm not going to let you do it. I don't know what you're doing next. We don't know what Keyshawn's doing next, but y'all saw our talking. Keyshawn selling Lamborghinis now. And you out here with Zuffa drawers on. Well, good. Well, what are you doing next, man? Other than talking. And the worst part is, you kids talk when you don't have any education, which is why there's no point to argue with you. You kids are disgusting. But what's horrible is that there's uneducated kids running behind you, co-signing. Yeah, I believe Shakur. Yeah. Hagler can't be that good. I saw old clips of Ray Robinson. Shakur would have killed him. No. Sugar Ray Robinson would have killed this kid on a Monday and fought that same week on a Saturday. It was like that back then. How dare you disrespect Marvin Hagler? And you know what? Now that I think about it, this ain't no disrespect to Hagler. This is disrespect to yourself. This shows the world how uneducated you really are. You're okay at what you do in the ring. I used to say you're good. Now I'm just saying you're okay because I don't trust you to do anything. I don't see you fighting your contemporaries. You're befriending kids and you're not fighting people in front of you. Devin Haney. I don't care what you did with Teofimo Lopez. He's a mark. That he was an ass whooping waiting to happen. Sandor Martin did it to him. I had Virgil Ortiz beating him. But whatever. George Kambosos. We got to know George Kambosos because of Teofimo Lopez. You went in there and his father's all drunk and everything else. Ain't nobody picked Tio to beat you. And I was glad you did it because I don't like Tio. So now you did that. That makes you a shot caller? I don't think so. And this statement you just made proves that you're an uneducated, hating-ass fool. That's what you are. So you spoke ill on Marvin Hagler in defense of what? Your moves today in 2026? Man, that dude's laughing at you from beyond the grave. And there isn't anything you can do moving forward in your career that'll put you in the same sentence as the marvelous one. Nothing. Devin Haney has a list. He only fought one person on there because everybody found the reason to duck him. I don't even know what your list is. But if you apply Devin's list to you, still ain't fight. Oh, I'm sorry, you beat Tio, but who cares? I can't fight Keyshawn, that's my brother. Well, I mean, Tio and Rolly are lovers. They're about to fight this Saturday. Dude, you don't reserve the right to talk ill of anyone. Man, shut up and sit down. Shut your face. You filthy mortal. Bronx on deck.
Move!